The closing argument. Everything I know about markets in 10 minutes. Opening hook. Visual. A montage. Lithium mines in Chile. Soda cream bottles on Arctic shipping routes. Cobalt mining vibration sensors. Oscar's modular synthesizer panels glowing. Trading screens in New York. Courtrooms in Washington. The NYSE floor. The Moscow Exchange. Shanghai Towers. All of it seen in 10 seconds. The entire 10-episode arc compressed into a visual thesis statement, capitalist Rhoda. Here is everything I know about markets. I will be brief. I have used 10 episodes to get here. Section 1. What markets actually are. Visual. A market price chart. Then, underneath it, the information it represents. Supply chain disruptions, earnings revisions, geopolitical risk shifts, management changes. The price is the visible surface. The information is the actual content. Capitalist Rhoda. A market is not a number. A market is a conversation. Every price is the current answer to a question. What is this worth? And the answer changes every second because new information arrives every second and participants update their opinions in response. The question is never fully resolved. The conversation is never finished. This is not a bug. This is the point. Markets that try to resolve the conversation, that try to set a permanent answer, a state-determined price, an official valuation, do not produce efficiency. They produce the illusion of stability while destroying the information that makes real allocation possible. Visual, Soviet-era central planning boards. Fixed prices for goods that had actual varying supply and demand. Then, the resulting shortages and surpluses that planned economies reliably produce. I have spent my career in 3 different market systems. The conclusion is always the same. The markets that allow honest conversation produce better outcomes than the markets that enforce approved answers. This sounds obvious. It is not obvious to everyone. Section 2. What I got wrong. Visual. A loss record on a trading terminal. Not catastrophic, but real. Multiple positions that didn't work. Theses that were correct directionally but wrong on timing. Macro views that were right about the destination but wrong about the path. Capitalist. Rhoda. I want to say something that most financial commentators avoid. I have been wrong. Substantially, expensively wrong on multiple occasions. The lithium short that I described in episode 1. It worked. But there was a version of that trade 18 months earlier that did not work. The supply chain tightened faster than I expected because of factors I underweighted. I lost position before the thesis played out. The Arctic soda cream investment. The geopolitical dimension played out exactly as I described. But the beverage business itself underperformed projections badly. The consumer didn't want what Katya designed. We had to restructure the commercial model twice before finding profitable margins. Visual, investment journals, handwritten notes about failed positions, revised theses, lessons extracted from losses. I am not telling you this to be humble. I am telling you this because the honest accounting of losses is what makes the wins meaningful. A trading record that shows only wins is not a trading record. It is a fraud. The market is honest about your mistakes in a way that almost nothing else in life is. The price doesn't care about your confidence. It doesn't care about your credentials. It tells you whether you were right. This is brutal. It is also the most useful feedback mechanism available to a thinking person. I have been made smarter by my losses than by my wins. Every serious investor will tell you the same thing. Section 3. The closing argument. Visual. Back to the 3 markets. NYSE, Moscow, Shanghai. Watching all 3 simultaneously. Then a wider view. Bond markets, commodity markets, currency markets, private equity. The full scope of global capital. Capitalist Rhoda. By now, if you have been paying attention across these 10 episodes, you know my argument. I am a Russian investor operating primarily in American markets. I short American companies. I long American companies. I trade geopolitical theses about supply chains, resource competition, and technological transition. I invest in artists and music producers because I believe cultural production is an economic force that most financial models systematically undervalue. None of this fits neatly into the categories most people use to think about finance. Visual, the portfolio. A genuinely unusual collection. Lithium futures alongside synth producer royalties. Arctic shipping route positions alongside ambient music catalog acquisitions. Rare earth processing companies alongside technology companies developing rare earth-free alternatives. I do not fit neatly into any category either. I am not an American patriot in the conventional sense. But I am a believer in what American markets produce. I am not a Russian nationalist. But I am a product of Russian education, Russian intellectual culture, Russian ways of thinking about the world as an interacting system of forces rather than a collection of isolated objects. These things are not contradictions. They are syntheses. The world is not divided into heroes and villains. It is divided into people who understand how systems work and people who don't. Into investors who let the market be honest with them and investors who want the market to confirm what they already believe. Outro. Visual slow fade through all the images from across the series. The lithium mine, the soda cream bottle, the cobalt extraction operation, Oscar synthesizing, the congressional hearing room, 3 trading screens, all of it connected, all of it one argument. Capitalist Rhoda, here is my closing argument in the simplest possible terms. Patriotism and profit are not enemies. They are aligned. When you believe in a system, truly believe in it, you are willing to test it, to trade it honestly, to bet against it when you think it is wrong and for it when you think it is right, to let the mechanism work. The alternative, a market where price discovery is manipulated, where dissenting positions are silenced, where capital flows are politically controlled, is not patriotism. It is a system that is afraid of what honest conversation might reveal. I have invested in America's system. I have tested it. I have been wrong in it and right in it. It has paid me for being right and punished me for being wrong. That is what a healthy system does. May the best company win. May the best idea win. May the best market, the most honest market, the most transparent market, the market most willing to hear difficult truths, may that market win. Fade to black, text on screen. The market always provides, but only if you let it. End. Episode 10. End of series The Capitalist Roader's Guide. 10 episodes complete.